Welcome to another episode of Tears of a Clown. This is one of my favorite days that I ever had today.
Hey, y'all. Jeet? Jeet?
What's that mean?
That's weird parts of the country say that to me.
Oh.
Did you eat?
Right. I forgot American accents.
Jeet?
Jeet.
Jeet.
Did you hear how he said that? He said Jew eat.
Yeah.
Jew eat. What's that from? Is that a Woody Allen movie?
No, absolutely not.
Yes,
Hi,
it
also
is.
I'm here.
It is. It totally is.
It is absolutely from Woody Allen movie. Well, I get it. There's allegations, but I grew up on Woody Allen. That was a thing I watched with my dad. We don't have to start this way. Billy Wayne Davis, thank you so much for being here, man. What do you think about Woody Allen, huh?
I don't think he's. I don't know him as a person, but I like some of his movies and some of his books, and a lot of them I don't care.
Crimes and Misdemeanors, Hannah and Her Sisters. We're talking about the books, Without Feathers.
Without Feathers, I really like.
Very good.
But I do think he's probably, and I thought this before I really looked into it, but
Right.
even reading some of him, watching some of his movies before it was like really out. I do remember having a drunk conversation in my early 20s being like, he feels like if you hung out with him, it would be insufferable. And my friend was like, I think that too. Like, he's probably not like fun. I was like, no, he's not a fun person.
Most of his movies about how not fun he is.
Absolutely.
They're honest, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bananas, I do agree with, is great. Also, Peener says, Demon Lemurnick, Jot.
Thank you, everybody who subbed already. It helps support the channel, and we deeply appreciate it. Hey, if you got that Prime sub just sitting around unused, give us some of them Bezos bucks. We don't mind. We'll take them.
And if, Kapoof, you've already earned yourself a veto balloon, which we'll talk about in just a little bit. Tierzo, welcome to the stream. Do a jig or something like that. I don't care what you do.
Now,
do that.
People are asking, does Tierzo have an accent?
Just threaten us. Just be weird and threatening. All right.
And obviously Tierzo doesn't talk because a goblin took their tongue back in the bowels of hell in the time before man, before the age of madness.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Holden also feels like Jimmy Seville's show was... I did not think Jimmy Seville's show was pretty good. I'd only heard about him after it was very well known that he was a molesting person, okay?
Is that the British dude?
The British guy. The old
Man,
British guy.
that two-part documentary.
Bro.
It was really fun to watch on the social media because people would watch the first part of it and then comment, and you're just like, you need to wait.
Wait, people would be like, this guy seems like a wonderful children's entertainer.
What the deal is, and then like, just start the second part.
So who would win in a molest-off? Woody Allen or Jimmy Seville?
I mean, Jimmy Savile is one of the all-time greats. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
It's not even a contest.
He's prolific.
But that's, I mean, last podcast is already doing their March Madness. We don't have to edge in on their territory.
You're right.
The topic this week is American accents. We wanted to do it. Billy Wayne Davis, you have such a pleasant brogue. It's not a drawl. What is it? What are we
What's your regional dialect?
It's Appalachian.
Appalachian.
But it's like, I'm from the Cumberland Plateau. I'm sure there's some.
And that's America.
Yes, East Tennessee, Cumberland Plateau. What's funny is if I took you guys back to where I live, you'd be like, you don't really have an accent. But I do. I do understand. I do. Like, my dad's a football coach. I remember, like, this was like 10 years ago. I went to their banquet, and who they had as the master of ceremonies, I couldn't understand a lot of what he was saying.
Right.
And I was like, this is who they chose to speak to. Like, and then, so, yes, I also lived in Seattle for a while, which is like, we'll talk about that. That's the TV accent.
Yes.
Which I had that was very frustrating to live there. And then just, so many people will get on TV very fast from there.
Yeah.
Wow, someone explained it to me. I was like, oh.
Fatal and Magic Moose, thank you so much for the sub. I'm from North Carolina, so my O's are, if you're watching White Lotus right now, Parker Posey and the family, they're like...
Nailing it.
I felt so unfortunately seen by that family. Like, that is the family I purposely ran away from when I graduated from high school. I was like, I cannot be around these people anymore. But yeah, my O's, I go home. You know what I mean? I say that yeah. Colton. It's now addictive. Take one.
No, she nails, like, the pills are like not even like, there is like a way even and like all Southern, like it's not a class thing. It is but the way they handle the pills,
Yeah.
is just a little different depending on the class.
Yeah, totally.
But it is like they're all on pills.
Oh, everybody's just to the
Everyone.
gills
I
on
always
pills.
forget too when I go back to the South and I'm
Wait, no, I do not have an accent. I have
Yeah.
a cup of coffee. I have I park my car in Harvard Yard.
Yeah.
Maybe an occasional Yiddishism will come in. But
Right.
So, okay, this is what I wanted to get into.
You become very Yiddish on Thursdays, I've noticed.
I like the someone said, yes, you do.
Oh, God.
Like the echo of what I said too.
No, we'll talk about what standard American
I
pronunciation.
had to drop out of my phonetics class in college in my communications degree, which I did not get because I found stand-up and it started working out pretty fast, and I got to quit. But my teacher, she was from South Dakota, and she had quite a upper Midwest kind of cold accent, and then she just destroyed me on this thing, and I was like, well, I can't, and I was a smart ass, as you can imagine. I was like, well, I can't really take you serious because you have an accent too. And she said, no, I don't. And we took it to the dean, and the dean was like, yeah, you do. He's right, you do. But he was like, you're both wrong.
So
wrong.
all this is to say that we went into this topic thinking we got New York, Boston, California, dude. And the amount that I have learned how ill-suited I am for this topic. I learned about rhotic versus non-rhotic, the difference between a dialect, an accent, a patois, a pidgin, a Creole, all these things. Texas itself, I was like, Texas, cowboy, yeehaw. There's 15 different Texas accents. So if all of you in chat are like, wow, Jake did a shitty job with this list, let me just go ahead and just say, I agree, but we'll work with it.
There you go. It'll be like when he did alcohol that one
That was
time.
a great list. I had a wonderful potpourri.
What was it? Glass of wine?
Yeah, no, drinks. It was drinks. Form of drinks. A shot, a glass
Glass
of wine, a beer,
wine.
a fancy
That's
cocktail.
insane.
These are all types.
I don't know anyone that has a glass of wine. Never.
You order it is a bespoke serving.
Don't finish one.
There's
glass
white
or
wine,
you're
red
drinking
wine.
A bunch of wine.
Yeah, sure. Yes, you're never just having a glass.
But on the drinks menu on a restaurant, you can order a shot. You
Okay,
can
I see
order
what
a frozen daiquiri. You
Right.
can order
All right,
a
I
glass
got
of
your train
wine,
thought
a
now.
beer.
Before, though, it was
You get a
it's-
buzz ball at the liquor store. These are all distinct forms of drink.
Woman owned. Well, tonight we'll be doing not that. We're going to be doing dialects, and I think it's time to finally put the first one up on the chopping block. Let's hear it. Here it goes.
Chad is funny.
Standard American.
Yeah, Chad. By the way, Chad, and feel free. You have power over them. You can. Jeremiah Watkins last week. He timed one person out because of their opinion about Home Alone. So just know, we have mods. We have people. We can attack them. We can do whatever we want with them. Okay. There are little babies. Look at them.
love 'em.
Look at them like they're a bunch of little babies crawling around the floor, and you're just like, oh, and you can just kind of play with each one of them. Yeah, buttbag. I'm coming for you.
I will.
Okay. Yeah, he will come for you.
But-
Okay. And all of it. Yeah, and not in the good, not in the fun way. Yeah.
Mr. Stoner, I can change your life.
Standard American. What
Hello
is
there.
that even?
I am on television, and this is the way I talk.
Is that Seattle?
West, yes. There are little pockets where what you'll hear in the Northwest are pockets of like Minnesota. You'll hear some, and you'll hear pockets of, and I'm just talking about white people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bring up
Another
an excellent
caveat.
point,
Another
Billy
caveat.
Wayne Davis. Yeah, a little bit of a caveat here. Yep, there we go. Jake will be speaking for the interests of the show in this particular situation.
To crack into all of the variations of AAVE would have made the list twice as big, and you don't want to hear me try and analyze that. You don't want to hear Holden analyze that.
Yes.
I am fully aware that there are tons and tons of regional dialects throughout the country that just we are not suited to break down and rank.
Or do impressions of, or any of those sorts
Yeah.
of
Oh
things.
God, no. Oh God. I'll do some poor like white people accent.
Sure. Oh, I ate my own penis off my body.
The shit out of white people.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Hey, how you doing? I ate the penis off my body. I'm eating
I
here.
remember the first time I went to New York and I heard those accents and I was like, I don't know how any of you guys can make fun of anything. It's the craziest because the first time I heard it in real life, I'm sure it's like when someone hears my voice in real life, they're like, whoa, that's like a. I remember when I worked at Abercrombie and Fitch.
No, you're one of the shirtless dudes out front.
I was an athlete, and I walked by, and they're like,
"No way, dude!"
Dude, it was because the manager wanted, and like you don't make any money.
And you were all big and strong.
At the time, I looked like the guy on the cover of the catalog.
Oh, Billy, I bet you got a lot of pussy back in the day.
Because of Jesus, I was a little bit afraid of.
Oh, okay, yeah, scary Jesus pussy, yeah.
I was like, it's coming at you. It's going to get you.
yeah, it's gonna attack you.
There's nothing more Christian American than selling a teen boy for his body, but he's too scared to have sex.
That is,
yeah, devil pussy, bad witch.
That is such a fun. I was just like, I was just getting blowjobs.
Dude, I'd be like, wow, I can't believe all the blowjobs I got this week, Dad, or whatever.
Billy was like, I wasn't one of those Hollister hussies. We were Abercrombie and fucking Fitch. We had standards, goddammit.
Well, I did learn that I learned quickly that whole thing is a scam, that you can't make money. But they opened Abercrombie and Kids, and my friend got hired as the manager, and I was like, I'm going to work there and make money. He's like, yeah, you can have all the hours. And then we would just flirt with, like, hot moms.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
And we would make real money. Like,
that'd be weird if you weren't wearing a shirt in there, though. That'd be a little strange.
Well, some were aggressive.
Really?
Yes, it was more aggressive in the kids' store than it was, because it was just like us, and because the kids were never there.
Dude, that's such a fantasy of mine to be a high school kid and ruin a woman's marriage.
That is really homewrecker? Homewrecker? That is
just as a kid. Oh, there was that movie. I think it was called Loverboy. Do you remember that, where he plays the pizza delivery guy, but he doesn't deliver pizzas. He just has sex with all the moms or the married women. Do you remember that movie?
Our geography teacher, I thought, was flirting with me my senior year. I was like, man, it feels like this lady is like.
See me after class. Hell yeah.
My friend Matt fucked her. And
whoa!
She was flirting with me. I just thought I was like dumb and horny. I was like, it feels like she wants to, like she likes me a little bit. And my friend Matt was like, I'm fucking that lady. We're like, yep, there you go.
That movie plays a pizza boy. But back to your friend, did he get anal?
What the fuck?
I'm sorry. Okay, American accent.
It is my somber duty to bring us back on track.
Fun podcast.
Yeah, this is great, right? It's fun. Everyone's yelling and stuff, and but anyways,
the clown's sad. What do you?
First of all, we love that the clown is sad. We hate it when the clown is happy.
All right, it's pretty mid though, right? We're gonna go mid.
That's the problem. If everybody that talks with a standard like bug TV just received American boring ass accent pronounces their R's, says caught and caught as two different words, all of these things just awful.
Got you.
You wish you had an accent when you grow up talking just like I said normal. That's
they're
gross.
quick to get cast, but they're also quick to get replaced.
Mm-hmm.
Got you.
They're like, it's just. Joel McHale is a great example though of like someone from the Northwest that has like staying power.
Yeah.
Because he was on a show up there called Almost Live, which is like the Northwest version of Saturday Night Live. Mm-hmm. And it's a big deal up there.
Oh yeah.
But that's where I learned about all their accents.
Got you.
Yes. But then if you go to certain pockets in the Northwest, you're like, it's like that David Cross joke where you're like, it's the redneck voice shows.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes, and you're like,
yeah, man, I'm from upstate New York.
I'm from Idaho, and you're like, oh shit. Like when I moved, I remember driving up there when I first moved up there, and my dad's a history teacher and loves the Civil War and stuff, and we passed into Idaho and eastern Washington, and I started seeing Confederate flags. I called my dad. I was like, hey, did anybody fight for the Confederacy up in the
in the states that didn't exist?
In the Northwest? And he was like, "Oh, I don't believe that's heritage."
All right, I'm thinking C. Are we going C?
Unfortunately, it is C.
All right, let's go C. Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Boring.
Just boring and regular and nothing. Yeah, it's safe. Let's get into some crazy stuff. All right, what do we got next? Yeah, Bastin. 8-man penis. I'm sorry. I have a yacht. I ate my own penis off.
Why did it go to the
that.
Beatles?
I don't
You
know.
were like,
Man, also somebody got banned and I didn't even get to like be a part of it or anything, but I'm so thank you, my lovely mod Delighting Gale, whatever they said. Sorry, I know I'm off on my accents today.
What the fuck was that?
I'm sorry.
That's appropriate. You won the chat.
How about them apples? I don't know, dude.
boy, it's lovely to be here in Harvard Yard.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's me. Hey. I mean, the Boston accent I'm very charmed by personally, but I do, I'm not thrilled by the Boston person.
Well, America has fallen in love with the Boston accent in cinema because it's like it's working class. It's like it denotes like a kind of impoverished desperation, but it's not Southern and it's still white.
Cheers. You got Cheers. You got Mark Wahlberg. You got the
Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, and then the Sam Adams dude.
Yeah.
I think that dude has.
I'm Sam Adams.
The cousin from Boston.
It's pronounced chowder.
Oh,
Chowder.
Yeah.
And
The Departed.
saying the R
close.
word in that accent is the most.
Yeah. What are you? Yeah. Yeah. It's so good.
Andy Haynes used to have a great joke that he can never do doing that accent, and it was like I was like, it's just funny.
It is funny. There's something about like the listening to an insult in that accent. It hits extra hard.
It's not my mic. I just need to get closer to the mic.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Thank you, Dark Soul. Thank you. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
And I talk low anyway.
That's right, and I'm so loud, man, and I'm so sorry about that as well. I'm an extremely loud person. I will say, apparently the person was being mean about me being sweaty, and I just want to say I might be a little shiny right now, but I'm extremely not sweaty, and I've been over this week in, week out. I stopped drinking during the week. What makes me sweaty is IPA beer and red wine, and when I don't, Tirzo, it's honest, and it's truth. So
Poison makes you
Yeah, poison makes me sweaty. So all of you people, I'm going to say you bastards in chat who want to talk about how I'm sweaty, why don't you learn a thing or two about loving people and stuff like that? You know what I mean? Yeah, whatever, Tirzo, okay? We'll talk about this in a little bit.
I like that your body's just like, we got to get this poison out, and you're like, I'm sweating.
Yeah. Well, I kept just being
Why
like,
am I hot?
I just put pants on and I'm sweaty. Like that's how bad it was getting. I'd be like, dude, I just fucking turned the car on and I'm sweaty. So
I had a roommate who thought he was depressed, and I was like, man, you're just hungover every day.
Yeah.
All it is. Stop drinking. He was
stop.
like, oh shit, that is what it was. It was they call it depressives.
Yeah. All right, Boston accent. I'm a high-ish on it. B.
I'm also feeling B.
B.
I don't. Yeah, A. It's
too grating, but it's got its charm. We all love it. We love
It's charming and very American.
Yes. Yeah.
It is a great. Well, the problem with it is who it's attached to is volatile.
I was gonna say, like, the Kennedy who let that woman drown in his car. Maybe that's a bad, gives it a bad taste a little bit.
like it's like that accent is the last thing the Vietnamese guy heard before Marky Mark killed him. Did he kill? I forget. He
didn't
did
kill
bad
him.
thing.
He just made him. He
Blinded him.
Blinded
He
him.
has apologized.
I'm sorry.
Now he has a Jesus app, so everything's okay.
Dustin Nuggy Nugs, thank you so much for the sub. I sort of know why I give you my money, but honestly, sometimes I'm not sure. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, Boston definitely. They can be racist, but like you said with the R word, there is a comedy to it. There's a comedy to it. A little bit.
They may be racist, but their ableism just sounds so good in the ear.
It doesn't sound good.
It doesn't sound good, but it makes you chuckle. You'll chuckle and be like, you're so bad. You're so dumb and ignorant.
Also, Dunkin' Donuts does suck. It is not a good place to get food or coffee.
Yeah.
I don't get it either. I've never understood the.
Apparently, coffee was like so bad before 1993 that like Dunkin' Donuts was a revelation.
Yeah.
I think that is. I had my parents try to explain
I like
this to me.
Dunkin'. All right, let's go B. Come on, we gotta keep it rolling here. Good Lord. Next up, we've got a real fun one for you guys. I have no idea what it is, but let's see it. Oh yeah, baby, SoCal.
The walls at the mall are totally tall.
Gog me with a spoon. I love it, dude.
We're all going Valley Girl, but there's also this Michelangelo.
There is like, hey dude, like I like there's some like the closer you get to Diego, it's like, which I love San Diego because they have that. What's up?
Yeah.
It's like there's a weird part of Orange County where it gets like not rich.
Right.
where it gets like kind of working class and like desert people kind of.
Right.
I don't mean that derogatory, but
No, you mean like the Star Wars characters.
I do say sand people. Some people don't understand what I'm talking about. And when I say it, they're like, hey, dude, I'm like, no, it's...
Are you from Boston, Billy? Is that what's going on right now?
But have you ever been to Laughlin, Nevada? That describes people that go to Laughlin. They are sand people. But there is like that San Diego part where it is just like, it is this weird mixture of like, I don't know what, it's like everything kind of drips. And then even the words, and they're just like, whoa, dude.
Yeah.
But there's also a ton of Marines and like the Navy down there. So San Diego cracks me up because it's like a mixture of like dudes who are like can't find their flip-flops, and that's like bumming them out. Right. And then dudes who are like, I've killed 14 people this week, and that's what I'm trained to do. And, and there's no in between there.
At any given second, Elon Musk could send me to a country I've never heard of, and I will become a killing machine.
I mean, also, like, I'm always gonna have a little bit of love for that kind of that set because I'm a stoner, like, I want to be like them. I want to just be like, I just want to surf. Like, I don't have any other aspirations. I just want to like be one with the ocean every day, and be tanned and hot, and then go meet some old married bag.
We're back to the homewrecking
just
fantasy.
Start
Amazing.
ruining her whole marriage, bro. It's just so hot.
You really?
You're
really mad at some husbands.
James, can you put the graphic?
I hate
back up
husbands.
real quick. I just like okay.
It is annoying, but
yeah.
it's kind of like it's endearing and funny.
Holden, can I get a whatever?
Whatever.
Okay. Like totally.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason why this was the fantasy in the 90s.
Oh, by the way, that movie Valley Girl is Lexi, my wife's favorite movie from like her childhood.
Really?
Yeah, she loves Valley Girl. We've watched it. It's great. Valley Girl's great. You should watch Valley Girl. It's really good.
You know that Phantom Planet song?
California.
That is the perfect example of it. I love it so much.
Such a good song.
It's like the opposite of Hotel California, where it could.
Yeah.
No, it's like a great place. It's not a spooky hotel where
Right.
you can't leave and cut
also,
beasts.
when you first come to LA and you're chasing your dreams, that song is wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah.
That song
Yeah.
is when you're like, everything's gonna be cool, and then later you're like, I now understand Hotel California
as well. I get how there is a place here where I just sit until I die.
because you can't leave.
Yeah.
Because you're like, this is pretty fun.
Why would I? There's going to be a bunch of worms are going to attack me like in Beetlejuice or something like that.
Yeah.
The Beach Boys have never written a song saying, I wish they all could be Boston girls.
Yeah, exactly. Because Boston girls are,
Well, the hot ones
urchin.
leave and they go to California.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta go see about a girl.
Well, my mom said, too. She said not. She's like, when my mom came here the first time in her 50s or 60s, whatever she was. One of the first things she said was, it's just not only pretty people that come here.
Right.
I was like, ugly people got dreams too. And we need character actors, Mom.
Shout out to Uncommon Egg. Thank you very much for the tier 1 sub.
Thank you.
And Kitchen Witchery, thank you for the prime.
Appreciate
it. Hey, if you want to affect the tier list, you can gift 5 subs and you will get a sub balloon. Let's can we show on the big board the current sub balloon count?
Let's do it. Blast them up.
Whoa!
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
A new fun. That's new, by the way. That's fresh. That's hot. That's new. So we already have one on the board. Can we actually go back to there? Because Kapoof already gave a sub balloon. So let's pop one up there. And there you go. So we have 3 more available for you dogs, whatever slime you
Incredibly
live
generous supporters of the stream who definitely don't live in some kind of pool or massive slime.
Absolutely. But I will say this. I'm going high on this. If it was my own list,
I'd go real high.
I'm feeling A about this.
I'd go S.
You'd go S?
For a East Coast boy who dreamt of like a carefree place where homework is lame and surfing and skateboarding is radical.
Billy Wayne Davis, by the way, do you understand the tier list board, right? Because sometimes people don't. So S is the highest, F is the lowest.
Yes, I figured that.
Great. Okay. I just want to. The only reason why I'm explaining it is because of your accent. No, I'm just kidding. The only reason why I'm explaining it is
Totally fair. That is, I do this. It's like the great Jesse Case says it. He's like people with accents. He's like, we get upset when he's like, oh, you got a Southern accent, you're dumb. But he's like, but when Southern people do an impression of a dumb person,
right,
we do an even more Southern
accent.
Oh, like, okay.
So this bottle has a cap on it, and you spin it.
No idea.
You're telling me that water don't come from no cloud?
I know how to drink out of a cow's pussy, but I ain't not seen nothing. Dude, whatever, James, dude. I
would like to see you drink out of a cow's pussy. Let him go. Let him go. He said he knew how to do that.
Let me cook.
I would like to see
secret
that.
milk, we call it.
Yeah, we call it the secret milk. Well, you have a couple of kids. Do you ever appreciate breast milk? I've drank it in front of crowds of people and things like that.
I didn't think to do it in front of a crowd.
Yeah, I did it the last podcast to the left.
Morning where I was like,
the Hollywood Cemetery last podcast to the left live show. I came out and drank a big old thing of it. Yeah, it's delicious.
Milk.
Just milk. It's just sweet. This is my favorite thing about drinking breast milk in front of people is it tastes delicious. It's totally it's totally fine. And
he almost said it's totally normal. And it's
people,
not.
yeah, it's not normal.
That is not normal.
But people freak out about it. But it's an absolutely delicious. It's a little sweeter.
There was a Atlanta Falcons running back.
Yeah.
He drank breast milk.
Yeah.
That was like
as a performance advantage?
I would say it's more of a placebo thing, but that is what he did.
That's what I'd love to do. One of those shitty husbands, just be like, this is your wife's milk, you know what I mean? And just drink it in front of him while I'm fucking his wife.
I don't know. You're mad at that dude.
I'm so mad at husbands. I'm sick of them. It's because I hate myself. Because I'm a husband. Hey, Kitchen Witchery with the 5 gifted subs.
Hell yeah.
Add another sub balloon to the thing that we haven't named. Love that.
How did they start talking about breast milk? Air.
The question is, why weren't you talking about breast milk? Why are we talking about anything besides
Why aren't we ranking that right now? Different women's
liquids, what come from a lady? That's what you want?
Yeah. All right, we're going A on this, right? Or Billy Wayne Davis?
I think A.
All right, let's go A.
It is like when you come here, it is exciting.
Right.
To this day, I still love hearing when you hear it. It is odd coming from like a 60-year-old dude.
Yeah.
But there's like 60-year-old dudes who skateboard here.
But it's
like that's a culture shock thing.
And it's charming, and it's either coming from like some silly, pretty rich girl that's like, you're like, oh, you're so silly and fun, or it's coming from like the kind of dude I'm like, God, I wish I'm
pushing for S because you were describing the girl you want to be with and the guy you want to be.
The guy you want to be.
This is an aspirational accent.
You know what?
It connotes ease. It connotes confidence. It connotes.
All right. Yeah.
All right. Killer if you did, man.
Yeah. It's
time is a flat circle, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been playing the same character for about 30 years.
30 years.
Now I do it in commercials.
They stay the same eyes.
Can I sell you a crossover vehicle or an AI company?
Yeah.
I acted like I was joking about that governor thing, but the reaction was so negative. I was like, oh, I'm just kidding.
Green Lights. My first movie was originally a book written by John Grisham.
No, was it?
Yeah, it was.
First movie was Dazed and Confused.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I was thinking of his big breakout, which was, it's not Name of the Wind,
Brief?
but it's...
We know he's from Texas.
Not Lincoln
we know
Lawyer.
He's from Texas, but his whole persona is like, that's the dude everyone wants to be.
Linklater.
Yes.
We'll get to Texas. We'll get to
we'll get
many
there.
Texases, but
Let's give it an S.
S. Thank you.
Let's give it an S. Time to Kill. Thank you. Jesus, it's going to drive me insane. That's John Grisham's first book. We were a John Grisham household because we are that family from White Lotus this season. All right. Next up. What is this? Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota, eh?
Honestly, another banger accent.
I do love it because of Fargo.
Because of Fargo.
That's my favorite movie.
It's such a good movie. It's such.
Oh yeah, there's the Scandinavian hit to it, the Great Lakes effect, the fact that like it does kind of bleed into Montana. Like there's something really specifically like lutefisk, eh? Like it's a little bit of Canadian in there. The Minnesota nice thing that there is all this venom and vitriol. There's like I'm thinking A for this one. I find it very endearing.
Yes,
and fun.
It's very endearing,
and they do dry humor.
Mm-hmm.
It fits with dry humor very well. Like Frances McDormand, so like hey, so check your police work there a little bit. You know, this kind of like. Hey, you being a bitch.
This is my one argument I'm going to throw out there. There's also a scene in that movie where she meets an old friend who's kind of sad and is trying to, who she later finds out his wife didn't even die. And he's just, and I feel like when he is talking to her and he's getting so sad in that accent, it's like hard to take. I think it's because there is a lot of depression in that area. Yeah. That weird guy. To hear a sad...
He's from Mad TV, by the way.
Oh, yeah. To hear a sad man speak in that accent is
well, because
troubling.
It's the accent, and it comes from the Midwest, and the weather is like it comes from like just stern.
Yeah.
They're just stern.
Yeah, or either they're quiet or they're overly polite. They're like, oh, I just want to die.
It's repression, so you're not used to hearing any emotion.
Yes.
Do you guys want an audio sample?
Yeah, actually, our first audio sample.
Sure.
Let's do it. Just, if you want to just hold it up to your ear.
We got a rider on course. Switch tail slide back to regular. Front side board slide landed real nice and bolts. Backside
What's this guy's
180,
problem?
half cab out, no problem there. Creeper, backside 360, get out of town.
Why is he doing?
He's talking about
skateboarding.
Yeah. That was the cleanest clip I could find. It was him describing X Games shit. But it was a fun.
Was that his real?
Sounded like he was putting on airs.
I mean, that's part of that accent too, and I understand
Sounds
it
fake.
because of Southern accent too. Because there's a comedian named Mary Mack, and she's from Duluth or Wisconsin, somewhere around there, and she has that accent. And for the longest time when I knew her, I thought she was doing a bit.
Oh, yeah,
And
no.
like, sometimes I would try to, because she started in Nashville around the same time I did in open mics. And sometimes we all drink afterwards, and I would just be like, I'm going to get her to drop the accent. and I was like, and then I went to, then I visited the area, and I was like, oh, this is how all you motherfuckers.
No, there's legit people that just go around talking like Bobby from Bobby's World's mom. I don't understand it.
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, gee, there, don't you know? It's just a thing.
So I'm high on this one. I mean, I feel like I love Minnesota. I love the area too. We're not ranking.
Some of our best shows were out there.
Yeah, some of our best shows. Some of the friendliest people I've ever met. It's a friendliness accent. I hate to give another really high score right back to back. Because at the end of the day, in my heart, I'm a hater. But I think I'm A or S on this as well.
I want to say A. It's not like aspirational. There's not a cool factor that makes me like
right. They're not
But
necessarily.
it is all American.
Yeah. And I envy them.
Or specifically, it's Norwegian and German and Canadian and a bunch of weird
But clearly that is a mishmash, which makes it a clear American accent.
Yeah.
Which is, and it will bleed into the American.
Yes.
And you will hear it sometimes in the Northwest where you're like, what is that? And you're like, oh, you're from. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. All right. We're going A?
We're going A.
We're going A. Sluck it to A. There you go. All right, everybody. How fun and hey, is anybody horny in chat? Let us know. Let us know what's going on in there. Yeah. What's going on? Your
Are there
filth
any
minds?
beautiful older women in unhappy marriages?
Yeah, anybody struggling right now? It's not something. I'm not going to help you ruin your marriage because I'm also married, but it's something we could fantasize about in a public format.
Okay.
Absolutely. Have you? Oh yeah, that's a good question for Billy. Billy, have you ever ruined a woman's marriage other than your own that you already described?
I was going to say, One for sure.
Oh, whatever, Strange Rock. I'm gunning for you now, because that's the second time you said something a little mean to me. Hearing Holden makes me very not horny. Frown face.
I think I have been like unknowingly been like the fun dude that probably was the excuse to it.
Right, to make the mistake. Yeah.
I think
you're acting like you think vaguely, but you know exactly for a fact
I'm just
a
like
specific
I'm not
woman.
gonna say the 2 times I know for sure. But I was fun and drunk.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Do you want to know?" Yeah.
Oh, I want to know her name. Was it
later,
Martha?
No, it was. I can't. It's
Smart. Nice.
Yeah.
There's-
Did it sound kind of like
It's a
Martha?
small community.
Yeah, that's true. That's
It's
true.
just not.
God, love it.
I was fun then. Yeah.
Assuming my marriage lasts forever, I missed my chance, man. God damn
I was.
it.
Yeah. Well, my wife now, and she and I talk about like, yeah, we both were fun.
Yeah.
And we found each other. So
Right.
it's not like we're like one of us was wild and the other one was good. It was just like,
Yeah.
no, we were both.
Both just dumpster people.
Well,
yeah.
just, let's have fun with it.
There you go. Yeah, dumpster stoner. I hope you're figuring that out. Yeah. Dumpster stoner's dealing with a cheating situation right now.
Oh no.
Yeah.
He said he highlighted it too.
Yeah, very much so. A gal, I believe. It's, dumpster stoner is a gal.
Oh.
Way to assume gender on dumpster stoner. All right. Yeah, we all
guys
thought it
should-
was definitely a guy, but yeah.
That's it. That's it, dude. Nope.
Tirzo, how we doing over there? You falling asleep? All right, let's get another letter on the board. Or what do we have next?
Another accent.
Yeah. Next accent. Let's do it. Texas, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
vague.
East
That's the
Texas.
problem,
You're
yeah.
too close to the Deep South, and it's like you got a little plantation-y twang to it. Then you move on to like East or West Texas, and that is like full-on cowboy. Like the kind
West Texas is more like you're gonna get into more like hey, little Matthew McConaughey. Like he's Central
of
Texas.
tight mouth.
I got arrested playing bongos.
What it is, man. We're not gonna get too excited about things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But East Texas sounds similar to mine
Okay.
because I get that a lot, and then I can because that's also around where Mike Judge is from.
Right, tell you what.
So I have, and I can do most of the voices he can do, which is people used to think it was a talent, but I was like, nah, I think we're from our voices are very similar. And that's what it is. It's not like I'm a great at impressions. I'm like, oh, I can hear that one and do that one. Why? Because our voices already sound the same.
My dad was
yeah.
Boomhauer. I don't know if you knew this.
Was he? Oh, okay. See, it's Hollywood, so you're like, oh, okay, cool.
Baby.
Yeah,
All right.
all right. I mean, Texas, I feel like some people feel very strongly about it. I don't.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do.
they do. Okay?
Texans, they
And I'm
feel
se-
real strong about
No,
it.
I'll tell you what. No Yo Bro, I know is from Texas. What do you give Texas accents? No Yo Bro.
Classic phrase. Please mess with Texas.
Yeah.
You deserve it.
Totally, and that's kind of what I'm worried about. Very nice. Kitchen Witchery, Billy is a national treasure. How you feel? You're getting very nice, friendly words being said about you.
Appreciate that.
Texas is always going to do dumb shit. Yeah.
That's actually a quote from my second record. That you can find. Yeah, so I appreciate that. Fans.
That's amazing. There you go. Darkath right there. I tell you what, man, those crazy Texas accents, they're all real deep and you got them slow or fast and mispronouncing words and all that. And I think maybe that's the thing. That's why the King of the Hill like range of different, some are real laid back and slow. Some are weirdly like frenetic.
They go, man, hey, man, they go, I tell you what, man, those crazy Texas, man, they go real slow, fast, mispronouncing word, old crazy to it, man.
I mean, you're making me like
Then
it more.
I can do this one too. Okay,
Damn.
deep in the heart of Texas, Bobby, you speak English.
Hank.
That's amazing.
That was all cattle, no hat.
That was amazing. I'm feeling B-ish about it, but in a way that's making me afraid of being a shooting victim.
Well, if we went, it's because it's so big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many different ones. Like, even if we got into, like, Brownsville and down there, that's, like, a totally different, like, and, like, even the white people, the farther you go south, they have more of, like, a Mexican.
The Mex gets
like
into
a
the
Spanish.
text.
It's like Mexican, Spanish. I don't know. Like, as soon as I start I'll use the wrong adjective, and I'm sorry if I did, but it is like a different. Someone says, "Billy, don't lose my number." I don't know what that means, but just if you're that weed lady,
Isn't it the song? It's the song, right? Billy, don't lose.
Yeah, I don't think they were quoting Steely Dan.
but it's not Billy, right?
Somebody else. It's not?
It's not Billy.
No, it's,
Hey, righteous man, get it on the fucking board.
151.
Let's add another balloon to that top thing right there. Fantastic.
Thank you, Simple Rick. Mexican is correct. I'm Mexican.
All right.
Cool.
I am okay. Noyo said a minimum, or I'm
you know what?
gunning
It's
for
Ricky.
you.
It's Ricky.
Ricky.
I knew it
Ricky
wasn't Billy. I was like,
lose
I would have
a
known if he
number.
said my name.
This is my point. Solid B. I would feel B-ish if I wasn't afraid of getting gunned down by Noyo, who does own
Or
multiple
Marcus.
firearms. Marcus, does Marcus own a firearm? I'm not
yeah,
sure.
I bet he does.
Okay.
I don't know that for a fact.
Right. Allegedly, he owns
As
a
a-
firearm.
as a-
at the very least, a musket that he keeps just in case.
I bet
Right.
there is an antique element to it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and he
So much
loves to
filigree
tell you
on his
about it.
gat. On his gat.
And there is real bone on it somewhere.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
like real bone somewhere on the
Tusk
handle
from an
or on the-
animal you've never even heard of.
Yes, exactly.
It was just some serial killer's gun.
yeah. He's
They didn't kill anybody with
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It was just their gun.
Yeah, maybe a trank gun, SGC Nightmare. Absolutely, welcome to chat. So I'll leave it to you guys. I'm feel B-ish, but in an afraid way. Billy,
I'm going to say, I guess I'm going to go A because worldwide, it's huge.
yeah.
People come, it's like that whole thing. And even Americans go to Texas and buy a dumb cowboy
I'm not
hat.
gonna do an impression of a Japanese man doing an impression of an American, but just know that it would sound very much like a Texas accent when that Japanese man started doing the impression of the American man.
Billy, I agree with what you're saying, that the aspirational factor is a real part of it, that the accent connotes a big country, big sky, big cattle, kind of a no-nonsense sensibility, a rough and tumble American man of action. Yeah.
Bravado.
So I think I was with you, Holden, on B at first.
Yeah.
But now
Globally,
I think A
it is
really.
It might
where
even be
belongs.
it might even have to go. Globally, it is the accent.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
It's Cowboys.
Cowboys. That is the American accent that people make fun of, right?
Yeah.
So are we going A or are we going S?
It might have to be S. And I don't like.
I'm feeling A though.
I'm feeling A-ish because is it an accent that I particularly enjoy? I
hear Tommy Lee Jones saying something about me disapprovingly when I think of it.
I can counter that. George Strait. That's fucking silk right there.
All right, S.
All right, make it S. Fuck it. Now, no, you won't gun for you. If we don't have some lower ranked accents, though, we're the racists, okay? We need to figure this out, all right? What sucks?
there.
Let's get a bad accent. Oh my God.
I don't
Hey!
love it.
What? No, it's about community.
Can I say at this point I do feel like it's put on.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not a natural accent.
I'm
anymore.
from New York.
I lived in Greenpoint for 6 or so months and was like a mover.
Love
And-
Greenpoint.
And I never. And I, you
Love
move-
movers.
it was a great job, honestly.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was, really for
You didn't work with like Mike Racine. did
Oh
you?
hell yeah! Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Racine moved me into my Astoria apartment.
Mike Racine was my wife's boyfriend when we met.
Whoa!
So
No shit, we've had Mike Racine on
I
the
love
show.
him. Me and him are very good friends.
yeah,
he
we've-
was mad at me for a little bit.
Okay, all right. Well,
he
he's
was right
come
to be
on.
because I did take his girlfriend and marry her.
Right. Which is
But we're
totally
still married,
fine.
so
And
fuck off.
he's mad at everybody. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Mike, go fuck
I didn't know that, and I didn't know that he was also, and now we're really good friends.
So similar to
No,
Texas,
he's a bastard.
there is like a lot of New York accents to go through. You know, there's the like more high pitched, more like Ashkenazi, like Oh, you're doing great. I hear. Like
Queens
there's also
has like real ones.
So this is a thing they've studied. This is part of my I fucked up. This is so much more complicated than I thought this would be. There is not a borough by borough breakdown. It really falls along like social, economic, religious like veins throughout the city, where like a Bronx accent isn't distinctly Bronx, but there might be like crossover
Like
from
blocks of the Bronx.
Yeah.
Because that's where the Italian dudes from this place, and then they all bought.
My mom has the craziest Bronx accent.
Yeah.
Wait, can you please do an
Can you do
impression
it?
of your mom?
Give me a
Producer
second.
James.
Yeah, I got to think about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Really try and think about your mom.
Come
Well,
on.
that is a good.
I nailed
point because,
Boston.
like,
Just do it.
Because Cardi B, she has like a very distinct accent.
Yeah.
And it is very much the Bronx. When you hear it,
Right.
you're like, like even
That's
the first time I
Bronx.
heard her, I was like, she's from the Bronx.
Yeah.
But it is like, you're right. It's not everyone has that.
Right.
But when you hear it, that is interesting because New York City, because I was a mover and stand up, so you meet a ton of people in all different walks and from everywhere. You do learn to hear them and be like, oh, that's Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
This is that part of Brooklyn. But none of them sound like the movies.
No.
Like that shit. None of it. And it's like, I had a joke when I lived there too. It was like, there's just not as much stickball being played as I was led to believe.
Yeah.
This is a
no, none of
generational
it.
thing, like the internet, television. Like
It makes
so
me
many
laugh in, like,
regional
6
accents
people
are getting
per audience.
flattened. Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
I want to give this an A. I really like.
Okay.
This is the accent of my grandparents. This is the accent of.
But it
my-
doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. We
still
got to give it
around.
lower marks because it doesn't really exist anymore.
It's like dying.
Definitely, it's all of these are dying.
No,
If
they're not. No. Go. When we get to the side, I can take you on a road trip and you're like, this is fucking alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
is. And some of them are getting stronger and different. But like Brooklyn is so, and it's sad, but it's like gentrified now.
Right.
There's just not that.
I don't know.
Like-
You can still go to like Bensonhurst. I think it's still.
I don't want to hear a word until you do your mother's accent. I don't want to hear another yap out of you.
Drink it. There you go.
Drink
Drink it.
Just a. Weird,
I didn't say the Southern accent is dying. So, okay, they're arguing with you too. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
See, I was like,
It sounded like
Rosie
drunk
Perez
cat.
does have the best.
Rosie
Norcat.
Perez has.
That is.
yeah.
I can't
Is she
argue with that.
Bronx?
I think she's.
I believe
just
she is
all
from
of the
Bronx.
borough.
Yeah, all the boroughs combined. She's like one of those composite photos. I say B. B. I say B.
If we have Boston already at B, I will scream bloody murder. No, New York has to be higher than Boston.
Okay.
It has to be at least an A.
Oh, what's the? I understand your.
And it's iconic. It's aspirational.
Sure.
It connotes an attitude.
We're giving the next one an F. I don't care what it is. All right, fine. Make it an A, but we're giving the next one an F. I don't care what it is. Give it. I think I see what it is, by the way.
Wait,
Give it up to-
what is the next one? The one you're.
Whatever it is, it's an F. I don't care what it is. Bring it up. Pull it up. It is Appalachian. I mean, to be honest, and yeah, I'm really glad you
Wait,
did
put that graphic back.
Yeah, I'm really glad you did the banjo kid. By the way.
I felt
I
dirty
get
doing
that
it.
replied at stuff I do sometimes. Like, is this you? Man, I wish I had that kind of credit.
in
Good acting. Like,
undefense of your accent, okay? The most name me a more well-known property filmically that features that accent than Deliverance, a film where it features your accent.
if
in a
Winter's Bone,
sexual
like,
assault.
it's not there's not a coal miner's
Winter's
daughter.
Bone's not. You're naming sad movies.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're
it's-
all upsetting movies. Every time your accent is featured in a.
well, I don't know if you guys know about the history of that region, but it's just being real tragic.
Right.
Just.
Minor towns getting, and I'm not talking about mining like the job. I'm talking about towns full of miners, children that got killed.
Yeah, it's it's like sad. It's real sad. And then, yeah, it's if you drive through West Virginia, and I make this point when I do, and I'll be there in
Pepperoni
May.
roll
I'll
in
be in
hand.
Beckley, West Virginia. I don't even know where that's at. That's hell. I've never even heard of it, but I took the gig because I was like, let's do it.
Right.
It's in May, Beckley, West Virginia. But when you drive through West Virginia, it's beautiful and sad at the same time, like a lot of America is. And then you drive through these like dilapidated towns, and there's like a Shoney's, and then just empty buildings, and then a wealth management
Yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah.
Because it's just disproportionate. But there's still like, Charles Schwab in the middle of town. You're like, you guys, this is just.
But there'll be some diner called like Linda's Hole or something like that, and it's just sad people.
Well, it's because they've Well, the last time I did a show there,
I'm wearing my Frumpy Joe shirt.
You're wearing your Frumpy Joe shirt.
But that's Missouri. That's
that was Missouri, but we stopped at this place called Frumpy Joe's.
I love Linda's Hole. Yeah. That's how Linda makes her business. That's why.
What would you give your own accent? We don't have to give it an F. I was just getting antsy to rank something low, but we don't have to necessarily give it an F. But I do think there's a sadness there. I think some of your success as a stand-up comedian is you come up, you start talking to people like, oh, he seems maybe sad. We want to make him feel better. You know what I mean?
Here's my honest thoughts about my accent and about the Appalachian accent. It has been I don't like when people put it on, even Appalachians. And a lot of our entertainers have... It's like a Southern thing. It makes me angry because they're just... To me, it's like... exploiting, I guess is the right word.
Right.
Exploiting what makes us interesting and what makes us unique, and they're putting it on, and it's very, it makes me angry because they know, hey, this will get me easy fans. I can pander to this. I can do this, and this, and just be like, oh, shit, shins, I'm just a y'all like that. So... An
accent that, like, you do in one front of crowd to be like, aren't we great? Aren't we better than everybody? And then in front of a completely different crowd, be like, don't we suck?
It is, and they put on the accent too because that gets them laughs, or it's endearing. It's fake endearing to people. The musicians do it too.
Oh, it's just
Hey, y'all, I wrote this song on the train the other day.
Well, the idea
Daddy's dick was big and strong. Daddy's dick, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Where can I
Just
suck
a
that thing?
hard-working man with a big dick.
Yeah.
Can't wait to break up a marriage with.
But it's like, I think like it is frustrating because it's easy to market, so people just do that. And then people throw money because they're like, I sound like that. And you're like, no, you don't. None of us sound like that.
Yeah.
None of us sound like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And the people that do, it's like Larry the Cable Guy. My dad goes, that's a character, right? The first time he heard that.
Right.
Dad, you know people actually like that. Would they stand in front of 10,000 people and talk? And he goes, oh, hell no.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was looking for clips, and I found this.
If I was faking my accent, you guys, I would have been pandering. Someone said, "What if Billy Wayne is faking his accent?" Listen, this is not the one I would have picked, and I would have been a country music singer,
right?
And I would have just been singing about my truck and my dog, and I have had a lot of fucking money,
right?
Okay?
And not a truck or a dog.
Yeah, and I wouldn't believe in the philosophies
of a private jet
systems I believe in if I was just faking this fucking accent.
Here, we've got an example here.
I could not make out a single word. This is an older gentleman.
That Billy just said?
No, I was like, really?
No, on the clip. No, you're a young, spry, heartfelt man.
Hey, you want to listen to this here? Can you listen to this clip?
Pandering. That's exactly
Billy Wayne, Davis, you want to listen to this clip right now?
Is any of this comprehensible?
All right, let's hit it.
I'll be able to understand everything.
That son of a bitch down there just able to call the law like I say or not. I ain't bullshitting you.
There's so much down there like called the law. I ain't bullshitting you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there you go.
So if you guys ever need
a
translator or something,
That's amazing. What are we giving it? Actually, Billy, you know what? You're our guest. It's your accent. What are you giving it? What are you giving it?
Because of how
misattributed it's been. It's your version.
I'm gonna go B because of,
all right.
It is not. Yeah, and that bums me out. It bums me out.
The Boston of the South.
Yeah,
my God.
It's the Boston of the South.
Well, in the Appalachian part because it's
about
different as you go up because like there's Pittsburgh Appalachia too.
Yeah.
There's Connecticut Appalachia. There is like the West Virginia Appalachia and Kentucky, Tennessee Appalachia is like this different fucking thing. And then where I'm from is like the end of the Cumberland Plateau, so it's like this. And I'm looking at a fake map right here. So you could get into so many discussions of like what it is and who the people are, and it's just the culture's been vultured so much.
Yeah.
That it bums me out, and I try to protect the authenticity, but what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? You're gonna give it a B. Give it a B.
B. And I think I do that because of the Appalachians that fucking pander with.
I hear you.
Fuckhead, stop it.
I get it. What do we got? We got 5 left. That's fine. We're right on time. What do we got next? Let's rank it low, damn it. Want to rank it low as hell. Yeah, sure. Miami, fuck it.
What is this accent?
So this is
what
this
is
is
this?
like one
Is
of the
this Hispanic?
newest ones on the block. It's like not quite
this feels so
Spanglish.
dangerous
No, so this was
for me to like be like, this is like I got
so
it.
Great. I
this is
love
like-
Hispanic.
Cubano is true. There is like, but it's like not just Cuban.
No, it's not just Cuban, and it's not Al Pacino and Scarface.
Tell me you have an example.
That's just
we
cocaine.
do have an
We
example.
do have an example. All right, let's listen to the example. I need to listen to the example. Let's do it real
What?
quick.
You literally think I have an accent? That's like super cute of you to say that. No, because
That's a dangerous woman right there.
supposedly I didn't think I had one, bro.
Never tell this
I'm
woman
like,
she has an
I don't
accent.
believe you.
Yeah, don't tell her
That's
anything
so
you don't want to
amazing.
hear.
Stop.
She's literally
Now
saying
I'm,
this
like,
while she's
embarrassed.
chainsawing you
What
in a
about now? Do I
bathtub.
still have it?
Yes. Yeah,
So
she's like,
and
this
it crosses
this
racial
is
lines.
The
scared
deal
of that
was
one.
2 kilos. That's the vibe she's.
I know, by the way, but it is also kind of Hispanic. This is my issue here. I'm urged to rank it low. We haven't ranked anything low yet, but I feel like to rank it low, this is the first, I would say, non-white accent
this is-
situation. That is
here's the
white
thing.
have
person.
no
There are
Colombian-
white people there, but it's like these old Jewish people. So the accent is very that part is all that part of Miami mixed with like. To me, it's just like if there was a portal.
Yeah, Hank Azaria Birdcage.
From if there was a portal from another like from galaxies, it's Miami.
Yeah.
It's where anytime I'm
It
down there,
is.
I'm like there, and I don't mean that derogatory.
different
I mean,
world.
I love it when
Yeah.
I'm there. I'm like, this place is amazing. There are
Yes.
aliens that live here. I'm convinced of it.
Oh, a lot of Russians too.
So
Because it's like, but I don't. It having its own accent.
By the way,
but like
He sounded a lot like Rosie Perez.
yeah.
So even white people, this is the thing. This is new and emerging because of like the whole melting pot thing. Like a vanilla standard white person will still be like Pero-like or supposedly is like there are all these like emerging things. This is like the newest one on the block. Linguists and dialect coaches are like, wait, what the fuck is happening down there? This is all new. So that's what made it exciting, made it worthy of on.
Well, Seahawk says, I was just in Miami last week. They close parking garages for spring break to cut down on places people could get murdered. This information is coming from my friend who was born and raised there.
Fun, you guys.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yes, even white people down there talk like that. I was just there last month, and everyone sounded like this. Even my coworker from Italy, lol.
It is a vibe. When you get, if
It
you
is a
spend
vibe.
more than like a couple days in Miami, and you do, like everyone's just, you're just going, hey.
My favorite fact is that if you show up at the club at 11 p.m., you're still extremely early.
It is. I watched the Diplo set where it was like Club Space.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't know, it just came up on my algorithm because I listen to EDM when I work sometimes.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, what is this? And I looked it up. Yeah, it doesn't open till like 4 a.m.
That's crazy.
And then it goes till like 9 a.m.
At that point, you're just partying in the morning. At that point, it's my...
That's what I thought. I was like, do you just get up early and go to the club?
It's my favorite Rolling Stone, a story about the Rolling Stones is they were recording, I forget what album, Between the Buttons or something like that. And every night they would get to the recording studio a little bit later and a little bit later. And then one morning, like Mick is like in the limo or whatever, and they see that they're like in rush hour traffic, and they realized they had started getting this that they were starting to go there when normal people go to work. And they're like, we can't do that, and so they all go to bed so they can like reset the clock. So they're like, now we're just getting there at 9 a.m. That's not cool.
It is weird because when you do go into being a creative for a living, there is like once you start setting, because you have to,
Yeah.
or you don't because of that kind of stuff, because you're like, well, it's just like fun and I'm just having fun and everything. Like, no, you need to know when you need to go to work.
Yeah. Totally.
Because if you don't, you'll just be like, I don't know how to do this anymore.
Right. You just start losing your mind.
To
If
quote,
I had gay sex with a horrible. I probably.
Yeah.
They both seem fun.
Yeah, they seem to hit it off a lot. That is one of the theories.
but to bring it back to the current topic, party in the city where the heat is on all night on the beach till the break of dawn. Welcome to Miami. Bienvenido.
None of that song is wrong. He's just kind of corny.
I'm saying.
I'll tell you what. You know what? I want to do something crazy right now. Let's bring Boston down to C. Let's pop I'm popping my veto balloon.
Oh, smart.
I'm popping my fucking veto.
I
balloon.
didn't do that. I will be there May 3rd at Comedy Studio in Cambridge, not Boston.
Yeah.
If you're offended, he said that.
And I'm going to be at Brenda's back end, I think, in Boston. Yeah.
Is that another married lady?
Yeah. I'm going to be banging some married lady in Boston in June.
You get killed.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That
In the South, they're just like, hey, appreciate you doing that.
Yep. It gets loud and violent.
All right, look at this. Put eggs on it. Look at that.
Chirons.
That's new. We're excited because that's new.
Oh, okay. I was like, all right.
Hey, who's your bastard?
Yes!
Thank you so much for. And this is your first time joining live. Go piss. And I'll tell you what. We'll rank Miami without you. I think. What do you give it, real quick? Yellow letter. B. All right. What do you think?
I think B,
it's fun.
It's fun, but it's new on the block. Hasn't had enough time to establish. To build a reputation.
Exactly. And it's vaguely racial, so I just definitely don't want to rank it low. All right, we're gonna give it a B. Okay. All right.
You know they say get down from the car instead of get out of the car.
And I'm so much better because I feel so much better because that is a higher ranking than the Boston.
No, that was a brilliant move. Honestly, your tearsmanship has been wonderful.
It's vastly improved. If anyone wants to move a balloon around, you can do it, okay? All right, what do we have next?
Ooh.
My God. Well, I'm glad you used that picture as an example, and Billy's really going to have to weigh in on this. So why don't we get our opening deliberations out of the way?
It took me. I know nothing of the difference between the Piney Woods belt. There's so much, like the difference between a North Carolina, a South Carolina. There's so much happening. Like if you ask, well, golly, I just thought it's all sounded like this.
But it's all Southern hospitality. You know what? Man. I'm gonna go with. We're going deep South, and
I could hear.
and I'm gonna say this right now. Fake. That's what it comes to my mind. Fake. Fake Southern hospitality bullshit.
You just hear a very stern married woman that did not respond well to your advances saying, bless your heart.
Exactly. Oh, bless your heart, but I love my husband greatly.
Well, I think what you guys are hearing is like a plantation class.
Slave owners,
it's a class of Southern people that kind of, you were from North Carolina.
Many,
we're getting into I do declare.
I do declare,
And I was explaining to my mom, who's an English teacher, and she was always just like insane about our manners and being polite.
Yeah.
And just
so annoying.
And I was like, you know why you Southern people are like that? And she was like, well, it's because of blah. And I was like, no, it's because rich people used etiquette to hold people down. And so Southern poor people blah. And she goes, oh my God.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry. I was like, no, it's like a good thing you did.
Yeah.
You should have manners. But the reason it started is, guess what? Awful.
And I will say, like, the jovial, a little buzzed on margaritas or something, Southern lady that's boisterous and fun. You can kind of roll with that accent.
Delta Burke situation.
Yeah, Delta Burke situation.
I don't know what my husband does.
yeah. But I'm not even.
I don't think it's good. But you know what? We have
totally doing. What's her name from White Lotus right now? It's
Parker Posey.
You're doing Parker Posey right now. Yeah.
And it's also a little bit of Austin, Texas has this too right now. Outside of Austin Round Rock.
Racism aside, I'm gonna just say, and maybe this is just where I'm coming from, being in North Carolina, but it's more the bullshit. It's more the passive aggression and the putting on airs and you decided to wear that dress today. Oh, okay.
Well, what about a dude accent? Like, what do you hear when you hear like that accent coming from a man?
Please ruin my marriage with my wife.
You know who I hear now is a great example of who we're talking about is the Murdaugh dude from South Carolina. That lawyer they caught he murdered his wife and to get away, and he tried to shoot himself to be like, and like that did the way. That's that kind of that's exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, and then someone said that's Zach Galifianakis. No, that's Seth Galifianakis, and he talks like this right here. And Zach is from the other side of Appalachia, from where I'm from. So guess what? I can do those voices too.
Okay, this is I don't want to put you on the spot, and you can look me down the eye and be like, I don't know, and I don't care to do that right now. But like the difference between a Southern accent and an Appalachian accent, like as popularly understood, like what are some of the variations?
The way there's just certain letters, and there's a certain like. What's the guy's name? He played Ed Helms. He does them very well. He's from Atlanta, Georgia, and he's a trained actor, so he does them very well. I've heard him break them down, but like the humidity and the weather kind of have, if you think of it like that, like this, the more south, and it goes slower because everything's a little thicker. The air's thicker, and the way of life's a little slower because there's a humidity and there's this, and then we also don't do a lot of the work either.
Well, and the it was a worm, right? Isn't that what they say? The theory is that farmers would get some kind of worm that would make them lethargic. I forgot what kind of worm it was.
Oh, this is some like Tennessee Valley Authority shit.
Yeah, it's some like conspiracy theory.
We taught them to poop in toilets, and
there's
their productivity went up.
Ringworm or something. Oh, by the way, Siniscrow, thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate you. Hookworm. Yeah, that's what it was. Apparently, some kind of hookworm or something like that, and it would make you like kind of just move slower, and so they got that reputation for that. You know what I mean? And yeah. So I don't know though. It could be true. It could be not true. Yeah. 70% of Southerners had hookworm. Apparently. Yeah.
And racism.
Yeah. And racism. So I'm gonna say no. RFK has a brain worm. Very different. RFK had a worm that
It ate his brain and died.
Ate his brain and then died in it.
Yes.
And
I'm making a point across the nation to talk.
One of the great.
That worm. I'm gonna do it here too, because this probably gets more views than I do in the clubs. So that worm's whole purpose in life was to eat brain. That's what gave it life. And then it ate his brains, and it fucking died.
Yeah.
Just one of the all-time greats. Like you never had to tell anybody about that. You could have. There was no reason.
Right. I know.
Part of his
That's
brain tells you not to tell people about your dead brainworm. Got eaten.
I'm thankful he did tell us, because we did get to hear that bear story, because he had to distract us from the worm thing, because that bear story is one of the funny. And if he's not run for president, that's one of the funniest stories I've ever heard.
Have you ever heard his daughter describe the whale story?
Yeah, no, he's he's, and I describe it too. Like, if he doesn't run for president, he's like awesome.
Oh yeah,
right. Yeah, he's
like
so
if
fun.
you're on vacation or at a bar on the road or something,
he's not appointed to an office.
And you're like, y'all, come over here.
This guy
he's dangerous, but he's so funny.
I'm going D.
For the Southern accent?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going D. I have too much trauma from the Southern accent, the deep South accent that we're talking about. Either they're, full of worms, or they're being fake.
It's a class. It's a class thing.
It's a class thing.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going to go D with it too. Because
all right.
It is rarely attached to a decent human being.
Yes, 100%.
That is the problem with that deep South accent.
Absolutely. All right, we're giving it. Finally, we're ranking something low. Give it a D. And we have 3 more left. Let's see them.
Actually, before we get to that, I would like to pop my balloon.
Okay.
All this talk about like the American character, the American history, just like the variety and kind of the colors that paint this troubled, most of the time wrong country. But the standard American accent, man. I hate that it is like kind of flattening everything. That everything is just going to become that.
Yeah.
As like you give a kid a phone at age like 8, and they're going to hear that voice more than their own family. I'm like feeling bad about the standard American.
Because like we were all right in front of that TV our whole lives, and I still sound like this.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's who you're around.
Totally.
Because like I sound a little clearer than most people from my hometown, I'm sure, but that's because I lived in Seattle and I've toured a bunch. But like I didn't realize I had a thick, like, this is a crazy, like, Okay, I went and played junior college baseball 90 minutes west of where I grew up. 90 minutes.
Because that was the closest field.
No,
Oh.
it was just
The closest other team.
They were the best team in the
Yeah.
state. So and
Closest
I was
field.
real good. So I was like, I'm gonna go
They
play.
had a lot of fields. That wasn't a
So,
problem.
Yeah, that really was not.
Borderline racist.
Yeah, it was a little odd. Yeah, they can't have fields.
I know. Yeah.
You think you can afford chalk for those lines?
Yeah, it's like, poor people are good at fields. That's the thing they are good at.
Yeah, it's the one thing they can
Fields.
provide is
They're
fields.
good at fields and nature and turning fields into stuff. But I remember going 90 miles, like an hour and a half, 90 minutes to the fucking thing. And when I got to the team, like all my teammates who were from 3 or 4 counties over were like, man, you sound like you're like dumb as hell. Like, listen to this guy's accent. I'm like, I'm from 3 counties over.
Yeah.
So, like, it is like, I don't know. It's just weird.
So what are you doing? What are you popping?
I'm still popping for standard American down one.
All right, there you go. Pop it. Bring it down to D.
Almost boring.
Very boring. Yeah, very boring. Very plain. All right.
It's corporate.
Yeah, there you
Instead
go.
of American, can we call it corporate? Because it's just safe.
Yeah.
All right, there.
yeah.
Oh, by the way, you have a veto balloon, just so you know.
Okay.
All right. But before that,
More sub one as well.
and we have one more sub balloon. If someone wants to give 5 gifted subs, we have one more sub balloon available tonight. What do we got next?
Next.
Oh my God! I mean,
So
not good.
gruffer, much gruffer, guttural than the Midwestern
I
accent.
feel like it just pales in comparison to the New York and the Boston accent. You know what I mean?
It's safer.
I
It's kind of funnier.
found
but I
a
think a
clip.
lot of it has to do with Robert Smigel.
Oh, we got an accent.
we got there is a clip for this.
All right, let's hear this here.
Yeah, let's do this.
Welcome, honey. Thank you.
What do you have?
Eggplant rollatini today with Kirkland marinara sauce.
Of course, it's ordering food.
So give it a try.
Marinara.
Might be what's for dinner tonight. You never know.
Of course, it's ordering fucking food.
Well, because it's where all the people from small Midwest places go.
Yeah.
Like that lady has like her accent is like a mishmash of like 3 or 4 Midwest. Like there's like you hear little versions of every Midwest thing because she's probably like been around all those types of like people.
Yeah.
Because there's like a Minnesota, you can hear a little Minnesota in there,
Yeah.
and then there's like a little like.
But it's kind of like the hot dog of accent. It's great with the 5 gifted. Thank you so much.
He raids, he subs, he's the man of the people.
He's all over the place. It's like the hot dog of accents in that way. It's just all the worst
And
bullshit.
God forbid you put ketchup on that hot dog.
Yeah,
Holden.
yeah.
They
Oh,
will
yeah.
fucking
They'll get
attack you on
so
sight.
lame and weird about it.
That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
That's good. You shouldn't put ketchup.
Which I'm fine with, by the way. I'm not going to put ketchup on the hot dog, but
You're a grown up.
Hold on, I don't want to blow up your spot, but we went to the
You
movies.
need sugar sauce for you.
I didn't get a hot dog. Mike got a hot dog. Sinestro. Sorry about that. Sinestro.
Sinestro, technically,
Sinestro.
as a play on Sinestro.
Oh, okay. But anyways, I'm going D for Chicago. I'm going D for Chicago.
I'm gonna C because it has provided a lot of quality American comedy.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
Farley really, I would say
Yeah,
D,
Farley.
but like Farley.
But that was all them making fun of Chicago.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's brought us a
Bears.
lot of
But
joy.
that's- yeah.
and that's why it's a C and not a D.
All right. What are you going with, Jake?
I'm feeling with you for D because it is just like it's nobody's like aspiring.
Yeah.
Like the aspirational accent.
No.
one's like, man, I don't sound like that.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you're
Like,
right.
you know, it's like nobody's like as far
Because
back
when-
as I could remember.
No, yeah. I don't want
was
to be
ready
cold all the time and eating terribly.
well,
I mean, eating well.
and
Just
people like will do my accent while we're talking. They don't realize that happens to me. Sometimes it's like I'll be having a conversation with people and they'll do it. They don't realize they're going to do it back to me.
Well, how else are they gonna? Are you gonna?
Well, they
like
like it. They like it. But like people don't do that with Chicago accent. People aren't being like, over here. You know, they're not trying to sound like, so it's not endearing. They're just like, man, you talk weird.
Brother, someone who grew up in Eastern Appalachia, I got a veto balloon, the Southern accent one higher. I had that shit bullied out of me when I moved north, and I miss it.
Ooh,
now, are you talking about
your
the
weakness? No, that is your. Listen to mine. That is your weakness. That isn't.
So, are you moving Appalachian accent up or Deep South accent
up?
Who
hurt you?
And who hurt you?
And where in the north? Because I travel a lot. We'll fix it.
Oh yeah, wait. We're gonna have to play twang physiognomy right now. Wait, when you say Eastern Appalachia, like what state? Because then we got to decide if it's the southern or the
right.
Delco's. Oh, that is a.
Well, while we wait for that answer, I think we got to go D. Majority rules. Eastern Kentucky, Coal Town, up to Indiana. All right.
Okay. Yeah,
we're going D. So we're doing So are you doing Appalachian up, Cisco, or are you doing Deep South up? I mean, Deep South.
Appalachia's up. That's what
Appalachia's up. All right, pull it. Take it up. Take it up.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. And I don't want to like just shit on the Southern accent.
Yeah, exactly. It's
all right. There you go. Sinistro Subballoon done.
Which, by the way, I have listened to you stream a bunch. Sinistro also does a Twitch stream, and beautiful voice, wonderful voice.
There you go. Oh, yeah. All right, we got 2 left. What's the second to last one? Second to last. Oh my God, F.
Water. You get a glass of water.
I mean, what even? I don't even know if I know the accent.
I can't do it.
And talk about
it's hard to do.
It's really hard.
It's really hard to do.
And you even said earlier, like every accent that I think you were saying Deep South belongs to is like mostly terrible people. Talk about Philadelphia.
Oh, are we going to talk about Santa?
I love
Philadelphia. Are we going to talk about Santa?
I love Philly so much. It is misunderstood. And last time I was there, I was like, you guys are like city hillbillies. And someone's like, they're called Philbillies. Like, see, I knew that.
Yeah.
But it is you can't do it. It's hard as fuck to impersonate.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I'd love to hear it.
If you had to go down and get a cheesesteak, where would you go and how'd you get it?
I'd be going down to D'Alessandro's Cheesesteaks around the corner from my high school, Penn Charter.
It's weirdly southern.
A little whiz without.
What's Appalachian?
Yo, that's all you need.
It's all you need, bro.
A black cherry Wishniak on the side, bro, and you're good to go, bro.
Good to go, bro. Yeah.
You're living.
After that, go over to the Wawa, get some sides for it, a couple chips, hers, it's all that.
Darkath, what's douchey as fuck? Us or the accent?
Yeah. Be specific, motherfucker.
There is but no, it's a lack
we're gonna get you.
It's the lack of self-awareness. It's the sincerity and the directness that gives it that douchiness. But
I do, and now I'm scared of the wrath of these people.
No, you can, as long as you are honest to Philly people, they do not give a shit.
I think their accent that's an F accent.
They can give it and they can take it.
They can take it.
I
love Philly people because they'll give it to you, but if you give it right back, they're like, I appreciate it.
That is an F accent, and I'm trying to. All right, I'll let go of my
for fellow Pennsylvanians, I understand the Yins and the Pittsburgh accent is its own thing.
Totally different thing.
We didn't put it on the list.
Kroll Show does a good job in a sketch making fun of both the Daily, John Daly, or not. Is it John Daly? Is that his name?
John
Daly. Yeah, that's a guy.
Yeah. And Kroll do a really good Philly versus Pittsburgh thing. And it is very. But Philly, there is a beautiful. I would give it a higher score because of the lack of self-awareness of it.
Right. Okay.
Get a hoagie. I can't do it. It's really hard.
It's really hard. It's like you got to be born into it.
Yeah.
It's actually like a mix between. Sorry for yawning. It's a mix between like the North and the South.
Yeah.
Well,
kind of in a weird way, but like the worst parts of both.
The poorest people.
Well, I'm sorry, not the worst parts. Yeah, maybe the look. I like poor
not
people
worse,
on a Tuesday. You know,
listen,
what I mean?
Philly had a great streak going, and then New York built the Erie Canal, and they were fucked. It's them's the breaks. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, and Philly. That's why I also like Philly because it has a chip on its shoulder because it's like not New York, but what's funny is like, no, you're not New York. You're like your own weird fucking cool thing. And they're like, yeah, but
a drunk fat guy dressed like Ben Franklin on every street corner.
Just fun. Everyone's funny though.
Amir didn't say it like it is. The accent is nasty and they sound like shit. Also,
that's fine.
Magnoka, I am classist.
Okay, so everyone agrees.
Classist.
Everyone agrees it's weird and it's like difficult, but like Billy is saying that's the positive.
Yeah, that's what you like.
It is unique. It's its own thing. You it's hard to impersonate because it's so, you have to kind of be born there to say the letters.
I still can't say hoagie.
Like water. That's
Wooder.
so Wooder ice.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just, and the Philly cheesesteak is like sloppy. That's such a sloppy sandwich.
With or without whiz?
It's whiz, of course.
Yeah,
like,
whiz
if
wit,
you
dude.
say without whiz, man,
Yeah.
they'll kick you out of that tank.
Yeah, Whiz-Wit for sure.
It is.
This whole tier list idea is classed as a racist righteous man? Well,
I mean,
no
they're not
shit.
wrong. They're not wrong. that is what I unfortunately came to realize.
Say a letter out loud right now.
Water, that's just the stupidest thing.
Say a letter out loud right now, Billy, and we're just gonna go down the hole with Linda's hole with you.
A letter?
Yeah, for the accent of Philadelphia.
What?
Say for the the tier list. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See,
I
this
thought
is
you
a
meant
bottle,
like, pronounce it.
right?
I was gonna be like R. I was like, and then you guys were making fun of how I said R. That's where I got say a letter. I was like, I don't.
Sorry, F to S.
I'm gonna go D. Because I think
Great.
it's endearing.
Okay.
It is
I can
not
live with
pleasant to the ears, but
Okay.
it is. They're so charming.
The aspirational aspect is nowhere to be found.
Yeah. I'm completely fine with that. All right, D. Beautiful. All right.
Like F.
Yeah, a lot of F.
I see, and that's part of why it's endearing too.
Yeah.
People fucking hate
Fucking
it.
hate
They're the
it.
heels of the East Coast.
Yeah. By the way, chat, do we see some balloons in chat? We can have the chat veto balloon is always possible. Do we see some balloons in chat? Chimichangas with the veto balloons, but that's about it. Everyone who doesn't like Philly has never been to Philly. Yeah, there you go. I have been to Philly.
I love
and
it.
there's an edge to the place, but I have had a good time there. But there is an edge to the place.
I took a bite out of the Liberty Bell when I was there.
Oh, that's fun.
Surprisingly soft.
Surprisingly made out of chocolate. All right. I mean, we're seeing some. All right, let's get to the last one while we get some veto balloons.
I don't
in.
like people saying Chicago justice. I don't.
I don't like that at all.
Why don't we give this guy some Chicago justice?
No,
if you know what I mean.
No, I do know what you mean. I don't like that.
I've been in Philly and it was terrible. Everyone people like, I have been. I hate it.
Righteous Man says, "Pop my balloon." Righteous
All right.
Man, Philly
If
to
you-
F.
Philly to F from the righteous man.
I'm sorry. They gave 5 subs. It's in their power.
I'm glad we
Here's
have an
the
F
thing,
on the
though.
board.
You do need like a Sherpa or a Philly guide if you go to Philly the first time.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't have one. I understand the first time you go, if you don't have one, you're like, what is this place?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
You need a guide there. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's 2 of our sub balloons. Billy Wayne Davis also has a veto balloon left, and there is a chat veto potentially. What is our final entrant in the accent? Oh, pothole ham.
S.
I love this accent
It's
so
so cool.
much. It's so cool.
Can I do?
So unique.
I've
Yes,
been
go
waiting
for it.
to
Go,
say
go.
this. This is
Yeah.
one of my favorite stories of all time. It's
Yeah.
just a quick little thing that happened.
Sure.
One time I was in New Orleans. It was after the show, and and I don't super like to hang out with like a lot of people from the show after the show because it can get taxing. But in New Orleans, it's just fun. All the rules are off. So I'm talking to this dude who'd been on the show, and to me, he's clearly Cajun, the way he's speaking and everything. And then about 5 or 10 minutes into us talking, we're just sitting at this table, and I was just like, so, like, what swamp are you from? I wasn't being rude or anything, but he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, you're like Cajun, right? And he was like, no, I'm on acid.
I tell you.
But there was like a rhythm the way he spoke. So I was like,
Yeah. Enchanté. Yeah, absolutely. It's funny. It's sexy. It's
Weirdly enough, in actual proper New Orleans, they don't speak with the Cajun accent. The accent there is they call it the Yat accent, like where you at. Because it sounds weirdly like a New York accent, and there is like no kind of like reason why. There was no like great migration. It just like naturally came into being, and it came out like a New York accent.
yeah.
Well, I mean, don't look into the history of that place. It's not nice.
Right.
So it's just been
dark.
It is super dark. And then, I mean, how the Cajuns got to Louisiana's not cool.
No.
They were in Canada.
No, they were too cool for Nova Scotia, so they had to just kind of make.
Thanks, Levon Helm. That's how I know about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's an S with a bullet. Fantastic accent. I think we all love it. We're all charmed by it. Yeah, it's got evilness to it. It's got everything you ever need.
Sean Patton describes it as New Jersey with a Valium. That's really
That's great.
pretty accurate.
That's great.
Sean's great.
Yeah, Sean Patton's amazing. I'm just burping and yawning over here. I don't know what's going on with me. I think I'm. What does that even mean? I think I'm about to be tripping on mushrooms. That's what I usually do when I'm about to start tripping balls. Is I start yawning.
Oh, we spiked your Perrier before.
Oh
the show.
God, yeah, good. I can't wait to see my daughter after this.
Boy, are you gonna see her for the first time?
I know, right? I'm supposed to read her bedtime
I know
books.
who you are, lady.
I see who you're gonna be.
Oh,
You're gonna be a high-powered lawyer. Anyways, so wonderful to end on this. Let's end on a high note. Let's give it an S, and then pop these final veto balloons. Let's pull up the tier list here. Billy, what do you got? Also, who is left to give it out? I think Sifo or something like Sifu, I believe, or something like that. We've got Kapoof. I was way off. And
Kitchen Witchery.
Kitchen Witchery, and Kapoof. Kitchen Witchery and Kapoof. What do you guys want to pop, and what do you want to pop? Do you want to throw the tier list up there?
And a chat. Vito, still chat hanging out.
Chat Vito, if you guys want it. I don't know if there's if there's a scream for it.
I'm gonna veto Philly as an F.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Bring it back up to D.
Yeah, up
Bring
to
it to D.
There you go. It's the war. Now it's on. Now it's the war of it.
Oh, God.
Wow. Amazing.
Here's what have you done to the balloons today?
Vito, Philly back down to F. Maybe it'll happen, but we'll see. Maybe it'll happen. We'll see. We've got, what is it? Kapoof and Kitchen Witchery. Kapoof and Kitchen Witchery. What do we got?
Chicago down, Chicago.
Torn on my decision.
I know, right?
Vito, Philly, Boston down. Philly back
Kapoof,
down.
Philly back down. Let's go.
I'm saying, okay.
Battle of
do it.
Let's go. The
Philadelphia.
battle
You know
of
who can handle
Philadelphia.
that? Philly.
I love it. Kapoof and Kitchen Witchery. Veto New York down.
New York down.
And it's over. That's it. That is the.
Where did New York end up?
Yeah, New York's down to a C.
What the fuck? That
Oh,
is
a B.
Okay.
It's down to a B. And yeah, exactly. Use a bunch of dickheads, absolutely. But Philly, you know you love it. It gives you a little bit of
love that
motivation.
chip.
Yeah, you love that chip. You love that
Take that chip and throw it at a Santa Claus.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, throw it at a
They're
Santa
already
Claus.
tailgating for next year.
I mean, actually, people have been screaming for Chicago to go up. So you know what? Chat Veto.
I saw Chicago down.
I saw Chicago up.
All right, type 1 in chat if you want Chicago up. Type 2 in chat if you want Chicago down.
Yeah.
And this is going to be the chat. Vito.
1 to go up, 2 to go down. 1 to go up, 2 to go down.
Oh, a lot of.
Twos came in strong at the end.
It's real close.
So it's even.
Damn, it's even. I think I see ones. I think I see more ones.
Then we just got to. Oh, how did we do this?
I say we end on a high note.
Well, a lot of people are voting a lot.
Yeah, a lot of people are voting multiple times. Only vote once.
It's too late for that.
All right, now we're doing. I think it's up. I think it's up. We don't have time for a poll. We got to get out of here. Move it up.
666.
Chicago up. We're giving it to C, and I'm fine with that. All right, that's it. We're getting out of here. Have a great night, everybody. Blaze it. Yeah, Pocket Spice, blaze it, which is great. We can get some blazits in chat. I think they're saying boo earns, absolutely, because Billy Wayne Davis, what do you want to plug before we get out of here?
I will be in South Dakota in Rapid City on Friday and Saturday, and then in 2 weeks I'm going to be in Denver, Colorado Springs, Greeley, and Casper, Wyoming. So if you guys are in any of those, and I'm going on tour of the South, a lot of places in the South in May, and I'll be in Brooklyn and Boston at the first weekend in May too. So
fantastic.
Don't tell any of them what we've done here today.
Don't show them the video of this. I'll tell you that much. And for me, I just want to really promote any of you single people out there. If you're studs and you want to fuck someone's marriage up, I want you to get out there and I want you to hit the ground running.
Oh, not for yourself, just the concept.
Hey,
of
if you can take Lexi from me, I dare you to do it.
That's fine. Have you been?
No, he wants a
on
challenge.
Craigslist looking at studio apartments. Like, it just seems quiet in there.
I'm just saying I need an out, and it can't be from me. I'm too scared, okay? But I will promote Holden Anderson on Twitch, Jacob of the Holdies, and Nerd of Mouth podcast. Please check out Nerd of Mouth podcast. And Jake, Puppet Jared on Twitch.
The Cartoon Dumpster is going live at, 7 p.m. Eastern, watching weird old cartoons and having a blast. Go to twitch.tv/Puppet Jared. And what's next on LPN TV?
LPN TV, we're going to have Good Pud tomorrow night. Good Pud tomorrow night.
Show's so fucking
It's so
bad.
fun. Jackie and Henry, it's great. It's the stunning conclusion to the space.
I had it on at the kitchen island one time.
Nice.
And it was like during dinner, like where it was fixing dinner.
Yeah.
And then somebody just walked, what do you want?
That's the vibe they're going for.
You should have said the future of media. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Peace. Bye, Tear Zone. Thank you, James. Bye, Tear Zone. Thank you, James.